Good morning. We could do better than that, right? Come on. Much better. Thank you. So, good morning to everybody, except for the people who it's not morning for, right? So, welcome to Rowan College of Burlington County's annual graduation ceremony. So glad that you could join us to celebrate the success of our students. Our campus never looks better than at graduation when it's filled with our inspirational graduates, their proud and supportive friends and family, and those of us who are privileged to work with them. Today is the first of 3 ceremonies that we will be conducting this week for each academic division: liberal arts, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and health sciences. You guys are the best group, right? Okay. As a reminder, today's ceremony is being live streamed on YouTube, which is accessible through the college's website, rcbc.edu. There's a camera there. There's cameras a couple different places. I see you back there. So if somebody's unable to be here today, send them a quick text, rcbc.edu, and let them know that they can watch on their phone or tablet, etc. So before we begin, let's honor our country and all of the brave men and women who have served to protect our freedoms. Please stand for the national anthem. All right, please remain standing as I would like to take a moment of reflection to say a prayer, remember a loved one, or just appreciate your personal journey to this day. And I would actually like to dedicate, for us at the RCBC family, a moment of silence to Julie Kelly. Thank you. Please be seated. So, I want to give a welcome to our graduates, our faculty members, and all of our distinguished guests. I am honored to be standing here today speaking to all of you on this momentous occasion. It is my pleasure to congratulate the graduating class of 2023 on their outstanding achievement. Yeah, woo! If you woo, I will stop and let the wooing continue. So the more you do it, awesome. Let's have more of that. Today marks a significant milestone in your lives, one that you will always remember. You have put in countless hours of hard work, studying, and dedication to reach this moment. You should be proud of yourselves and celebrate this accomplishment with your loved ones. At this time of year, I actually have a lot in common with you. Today is the easy part, so let me explain. The hard work is done for everybody sitting in front of me right now. Your nails are done, your hair is done, you look great, finals are done. We're wearing caps and gowns, right? And when I say the hard work is done, for me, like, I have the easiest job. I show up and they give me this book and I have to read it and that's it. I didn't set the stage up. I didn't set the chairs up. So, my finals are all done too. And the hard work, the key difference, though, is the hard work for me, it was done by somebody else. You guys did the hard work to get where you are today. So I want to thank some of the folks that made this day look as amazing as it is. So AV, who's filming us today, hey guys, thank you for streaming it to everybody who's not here. Office of Student Life, so John, Adrian, and your crew who handled caps and gowns and all the clubs to this date. Marketing and communications, which made sure we had, all the lists and names and everything else. Facilities for setting up all these chairs. And, my team, Jeannie, Ashley, Colleen, and Lay, right? Took care of me here, VIP. Thank you. But as you move forward, remember that education is a lifelong journey. Never stop learning and always strive to expand your knowledge and skills. Your education is the foundation of your future success, and it's up to you to make the most of it. Now, I know what you're all probably thinking. Enough with all this serious talk. Where are the dad jokes? So, without further ado, let me get to the wonderful part of my speech. So, I've always admired our amazing students because they're like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But in your case, you're all getting degrees, which is even better. Okay. Thank you. If that first one flops, I'm done. So thank you. Second one. Graduation speeches are a lot like pancakes. They take a while to cook, but once they're done, you'll flip. You're too kind. But in all seriousness, graduates, the world needs people like you. People who are willing to put the hard work in, persevere through challenges, and make a positive impact on society. So go out there and show the world what you're made of. As you sit here, woo, there was another woo. I said I will encourage them. So as you sit here today, ready to take the next steps in your journey, a song kept playing on a playlist that I was listening to. How many of you know who Bob Dylan is? All right, more than I thought, which is good. If the rest of you who don't, Google him later, please. But there's a specific song, the name of the song is called My Back Pages. And the chorus is, I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. And it's a sentiment that speaks to the transformative power of education, the way it can shift our perspective and change us in ways that we never thought possible. You've worked hard to get to this point. And I know it hasn't been easy. As you move forward, don't forget the lessons that you've learned here at RCBC. My pathway led by confusion boats, mutiny from stern to bow. That was a lyric that resonated with me more than once or twice as an undergraduate personally. Actually, pretty recently as well. But I want you to know that whatever challenges you have traversed to be here today, we all grow and evolve as we gain knowledge and experience. And I'd love to give you a complete dissertation on how a 60-year-old song is relevant to today's ceremony, but would be here for a couple more hours. And I don't think anybody wants to hear me talk about a 60-year-old Bob Dylan song for a couple more hours. But since we live in an on-demand, instant gratification world, I'll jump to the summary. It's a reminder that education is not just about learning facts and figures, but about understanding the world around us and the way in which we can make it a better place. As you leave RCBC, don't be content to simply accept the status quo. Don't be afraid to challenge the systems and structures that hold us back. Remember, I was so much older then, but I'm younger than that now. Embrace the knowledge that you've gained here. Let it inspire you to be the change that you want to see in the world. Congratulations, graduates. The future is yours. So, yes, keep it coming. Right into my veins. So before we introduce our featured speakers, I just want to acknowledge my appreciation for some special guests that are both seated behind me and to my left. So we have today's valedictorian who's going to be speaking, Madeleine Armstrong. We have our keynote speaker, CEO, president, and founder of Saxby's, Nick Bayer. We have two Burlington County Commissioners. We have Deputy Director Tom Pullian and Commissioner Daniel O'Connell. We have
5 trustees of the Rowan College of Burlington County Board of Trustees. So we have Chair Dr. Anthony Wright, we have Vice Chair Dr. James Kerfoot, we have Lorraine Hatcher, and we have Dorian Morgan. We have 2 of the trustees from the foundation, the college's foundation board, both Chair Joe Trudinick and Janice Lovequist. We have Senior Vice President and Provost Dr. David Spang. We have Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Success Dr. Karen Archambault. We have Liberal Arts Dean Donna Vandergrift, Dr. Donna Vandergrift, who's going to serve as one of our readers, right? I don't know where she's hiding. Somewhere. She's over there. Hi. See how intimate this is and interactive? If you yell at me, I hear you. And we also have Councilwoman Karen Cohen in VIP as well. Hi, Karen. Back to the real VIPs, our graduates. Your degree is going to certify that you possess knowledge and mastery of skills. Earning that degree is a testament to your character and work ethic. It's a badge of honor that you can proudly show to the world as proof that you're career-ready, life-tested, and one tough Baron. And the fact that you chose the #1 community college in the state of New Jersey proves that you are already smarter than most. Yes. Experience, mentor RCBC Barons, and employ them when you're in a position to hire. I do have one specific request to our graduates. We know that RCBC exceeds just about every benchmark in terms of transfer and graduation. What we don't know is how many of you are walking into better careers because of your RCBC education. So earlier this year, we launched the First Destination Survey to learn how we impact graduates' careers. How many of you have completed that First Destination Survey? Okay, some. If you haven't already, there's a QR code on the back of the program. I am begging you to complete that. You know, the more we find out about where you all are going, the better we'll be able to do the stuff that we do. Family members. If your graduate has not yet secured a job, the survey will put them on our radar for special outreach from our career counselors. Speaking as a parent, I have 4. Please give them a nudge. My kids don't listen to me until it's like the 12th, 13th, 14th time that I've asked them to do something. So please give them another nudge too. So probably take a few. Now, we are going to hear from a very, very impressive Baron. Madeleine Armstrong was not always an outstanding student. In high school, she never fulfilled her potential, and college seemed out of reach. Vowing to give herself a new start, she took a year to serve in the AmeriCorps. With a renewed sense of purpose, commitment, and dedication, she came to RCBC, where she figured out how to be a successful student. She has a perfect GPA, became president of the Honor Society, and today is the valedictorian of the class of 2023. Yes, woo! P.S. She also accomplished all of this while working full-time as a manager at Chick-fil-A and completing an internship as a program coordinator with the Department of State in the Bureau of Legislative Affairs. Maddie embodies the college's mission of transforming lives. As a December graduate, she began at Rutgers University this semester and is studying and plans to study at the London School of Economics. Now, this young lady has big plans. She wants a master's in economics, a law degree, Supreme Court, and to become a Supreme Court justice. RCBC history professor Jamie Judge predicts something even bigger, President of the United States. So I'm not going to bet against either. So please welcome the first RCBC Baron who will serve on both the Supreme Court and as U.S. President, Madeleine Armstrong.
Hello. That was quite the introduction. No pressure, right? Now listen, it's a little windy up here, I'm sure you've noticed. So if the hat flies and I have to go chase after that, that'll make the speech more memorable. So let me get started. First of all, it is an honor to be valedictorian of the 2023 RCBC graduating class. To be honest, I never saw myself in this position. I'd like to begin by thanking my mother for her unmatched support and diligence in helping me achieve my educational goals. I hope someday to be half the woman she is. Thank you to the Board of Trustees, President Ciosi, and everyone else involved in today's commencement. To the faculty and staff that supported my journey here at RCBC, specifically Jamie Judge, Philip and Bessie, Edward James, Diane Veneziali, and all of the other professors who I was lucky enough to be a student of. Furthermore, I would like to thank my friends and family for their support of my education. It is rather surreal to be the valedictorian of anything, especially of a college class. I remember sitting down on my couch in high school to watch my class's virtual high school graduation during COVID. Remember that? Ugh. And watching the valedictorian address in pure admiration. I recall two feelings, a sense of motivation and jealousy, both compelled through the knowledge that I was not valedictorian myself. On one hand, I knew that this moment in my life presented an opportunity to turn around my academics, to reform myself. Contrarily, I found myself feeling bitter, knowing I had failed to succeed academically in high school like I knew I could. When I sat down to write this address, I found myself reviewing aspects of what I did not want to emulate in my speech. I often found other speeches I had listened to terribly unrelatable, describing situations in which the valedictorian had accomplished some unimaginable string of goals before the age of 17, and thus felt that they were relatable by discussing their shared experience of attending high school or college with their peer group. As for what I plan to share with you all today, I can assure you that it does not involve discovering a new law of physics or learning 8 different languages. There are many feelings which we can all relate to, such as disappointment and sadness. I'm sure there have been moments in each of your lives where you have realized you could have done better and had to come to terms with the feelings that were associated with such a realization. However, to me, there is not a feeling as palpable as regret. When I graduated high school, I realized that my sense of regret was stronger than any other feeling I was experiencing at the time. Sure, I was glad to be done with my secondary education, but a sense of utmost regret was weighing me down. Regret that I had not given my all in my academics, that I had disappointed my teachers and family. There is one thing about regret, however, that I think separates it from other negative emotions. It is so strong that oftentimes you act on it. I was not sure what changes I would make moving forward, but I knew that I could no longer feel the weight of regret upon my shoulders. I wanted to be the student I knew I could be. And most of all, I wanted to prove to myself that this version of myself existed all along. Like many of you, high school was a time of uncertainty for me. I was always involved in honors classes, but I never fully applied myself. I felt distracted and unorganized in school, constantly underperforming. I had a desire to be a top-performing student, but no drive or determination. Despite this, I applied myself in other areas besides academics. I participated in several areas of activism, including March for Our Lives. This activism would later impact my choices after high school. During my senior year of high school, I began to feel a great sense of pressure as other students started to announce their college decisions. Everyone around me, including myself, knew that I was not ready for college. It was at this point that I decided to apply to AmeriCorps, a decision that completely changed my trajectory. During my year of service, I completely redefined who I was. In the midst of the pandemic, I found myself serving 5th grade students in North Philadelphia who needed academic support more than ever. The transition to virtual classes was incredibly difficult on their lives, creating issues of uncertainty in every area of their routine. It was my responsibility to ease that transition and compel them to succeed academically. I realized that I could not foster encouragement for them academically if I myself was not the student I wished to be. It was then that I decided to make one of the most important decisions of my academic career: enroll in college. When I enrolled at RCBC in the spring of 2021, my life had been transformed by my service within AmeriCorps. I understood the gravity of my education, and I realized that this would be one of the only opportunities to redefine myself academically moving forward. I hit the ground running, taking my first ever political science course that spring. I completely reworked my routine and habits, training myself to learn a crucial part of being a student. Motivation will come and go, but discipline never leaves you. From that point on, I studied out of the discipline that my year of service had taught me, rather than relying on motivation. I have quite the love for movies. Specifically, there is one particular movie that will always be my favorite. If you have seen Black Swan, starring Natalie Portman, you will know how powerful of a story it is. I first saw Black Swan when I was in high school, and the story of a ballerina striving for perfection in her job struck me in a way that I wished to relate to. I watched the movie during a particularly rough time in high school, and there was one line that immediately caught my attention. The quote goes as follows: "The only person standing in your way is you." This impacted me so strongly that I made it my senior quote, and perhaps more importantly, I made it into my vision moving forward. I learned to accept that the difficulties I had dealt with academically were of my own doing. The only person who could change that part of my life was myself, and that is exactly what I did. I made the choice to step up and become the student I have always wished to be. I took charge of my education and ensured that I would never regret not trying. Whether I received an A or a C, I would ensure that this was the product of my hardest work. And in fact, actually, this past semester, I received my first B in college in calculus at Rutgers, so, it goes to show. This is the message that I wish to convey to all of you. Regardless of what your next step is, whether it be a job, further education, or you're unsure, I want you to remember that the only person standing in your way is you. If you wish to be a high-performing student, you can still be that person. If you wish to achieve a career goal that you think is unattainable, I assure you that it is attainable. I never imagined that it would be possible for me to get above a 3.5 in college, let alone perfect grades. I worried constantly about my ability to transfer to another university, often waking up at 4 a.m. from the anxiety it caused me. At the end of the day, however, there is a new beginning in every area of your life. It is possible for you to find a new start in any and every part of your life. It is possible for you to become someone entirely else and only know that previous version of yourself as a stranger. If I could tell Maddie from 4 years ago where she is now, she would likely laugh in my face and go back to watching movies instead of studying. My point is, there is nothing off the table. Consider this moment your new beginning. Any regret or disappointment you have is nothing. It is the goals, the desires, and the dreams that you have that mean everything from this point on. You don't have to stand in the way of your dreams because you do not think you are worthy or qualified. You can be that person that you long to be. If you wish to see a change to what your life looks like, I urge you to take this graduation as your opportunity to transform your world. And finally, in the words of poet Ernest Henley, "It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." Thank you.
So I don't know which camera's on, so I'm going to point to one of them.
I understand Madeleine's mom is watching halfway around the world, so I think she nailed it, Mom, if you're watching. And to her brother, who said she sounded like a frog, I don't think you sounded like a frog at all. So brother was wrong, and great job, Madeleine. Okay. A few years ago, I was looking for a way to provide an experiential learning opportunity for our students and improve the dining options on campus. I knew that Zaxby's had cornered the market in this space, went on their website, literally, and clicked the Contact Us button. Within a day or so, founder and CEO was on the phone with me, and I found a kindred spirit in a first-generation college student who was driven to provide opportunity directly to students. Within a year, Nick and I had celebrated the opening of the first student-run Zaxby's Cafe on a community college campus. Zaxby's was already opened at Rowan University, Temple University, Drexel University, but we were the first community college. Since that time, Nick has been gracious with his time, never missing an opportunity to promote entrepreneurship and mentorship to our students to fulfill the Zaxby's mission, make life better. Today, as we celebrate hundreds of lives made better, I would like to welcome Nick Bayer to say a few words to our graduates.
Good morning, RCBC. Let me first start by thanking Dr. Ciosi, Provost Spang, Dean Vandergrift, the leadership of RCBC, and most especially the graduates and your families, loved ones, and friends who have supported you on this journey. It's hard to put into words how much of an honor it is for me to be up here in front of you today. As Dr. Ciosi mentioned, I'm a first-generation college student, and I've seen firsthand how transformative an education is. And I think you will soon feel and see the same thing in your lives. I don't feel qualified to give advice, so I'm not here to give advice. I am here to share a couple experiences and some life lessons that I've learned, and hopefully you can take a nugget or two in your lives forward, and it will impact the trajectory of your life. So many, many years ago, when I was trying to sort out my college process, and I think Madeleine did an amazing job talking about her process, when I was trying to sort mine out, I was very focused myopically on what school was going to allow me to play my sport at the next level. So the entire process was focused on that. Until a cold November day my senior year, I suffered a devastating back injury, and every opportunity that I had went away immediately. I felt pity, I felt sorry for myself, I felt like everything was stacked against me. A very immature way for me to look at things, but understandable because I'm a human being. My parents wouldn't let me feel sorry for myself. As teenagers who didn't have the opportunity to get their education, they knew the pathway to success for me would be to get my education. They encouraged me to stand up, to refocus my process on what mattered more. What was my academic journey going to be? And so I revisited it. I applied and I got into my dream school, much to my surprise. Much to my shock, the sticker price on that education was nearly more than my parents made in a single year. So yet again, I felt dejected. Why is everything happening to me? And my parents, with maturity and confidence and obviously an undying love for me, said, Nick, that's a small obstacle that we'll work our way through. We will figure it out. And so we obsessively negotiated with financial aid. We applied to every single scholarship you could imagine. Did you know that there is a scholarship for people with hazel eyes? I didn't either. But that got me $500 closer to affording my college degree. And I eventually went. And it transformed my life. Was I an amazing student? No. Do I have regrets at how much better I could have been? Absolutely. But the simple reality is the network that I gained, the classes that I took, the professors that I learned from, and maybe most importantly, the self-confidence that I gained through that experience changed my trajectory forever. And the point that I want to make to that is when I was sitting in a chair just like you are right now, it dawned on me, listening to people like me speak, that I had expressed little to no gratitude to the people that were sitting around me and sitting behind me who got me to that point in my life. And I sat there and I told myself, and I committed to myself, that would no longer be the case. Because I would not have been sitting there, I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for the impact of my parents, my coaches, my teachers, my friends who challenged me, supported me, pushed me, just like you. So I encourage you to look to your left, look to your right, look behind you to the farther back, and to those people every single day that are making an impact in your life, and express your gratitude. I'll give you a little story about how I do that now in my professional life. I'm old, so my favorite social media platform is LinkedIn, right? Like, you're on cooler things than I am, but LinkedIn is pretty cool to me. I spend a lot of time on it, I post on it, I read things on it, I interact on it, and as a result, I get a lot of messages on it. As a preparation for this, I went in there and I looked, and I had, I don't know, 140, 150 messages sent to me in the last probably 7 days or so. I knew probably one or two of those people who reached out to me, right? So the most of them were just reaching out to me cold. Old Nick, immature Nick, inexperienced Nick would have just not responded. Right? Like, I don't know them, why would I respond? That's not what a gracious person does. I take the time every time to respond to those people. And usually my message is, thank you so much for your note and for your interest in Saxby's, but this is just not something we're interested in. Seems harsh, right? When I first started writing that message, I'm like, that's really harsh. No one wants to hear no. I'll tell you what people don't want to hear is nothing. They don't want to not be acknowledged. Almost 100% of the time when I write that note, I get a message back in gratitude. Thank you so much for your note. It means a lot that you read it and that you took the time to consider what I wrote. Gratitude matters because it's not one directional. It's not simply me doing something for somebody else. It's the feeling that I get for doing that and their satisfaction. And having done that many, many times over many, many years, what has happened for me is those people eventually move on, my business or my interests evolve, and because of the gratitude that I showed to them, they think positively of me and of my company. And they reach out to me time and time again. And in many instances, those people have ultimately become my friends, my colleagues, my partners as a result. Gratitude matters. And I encourage you to practice that in your daily lives, in big things and in small things and everything in between, because it will impact people immeasurably. The other thing that I learned, not just at that time in high school that I was telling you about before, but throughout my life time and time again, is that the world happens for you, not to you. Right? When I went to that college, not the path that I was expecting to go to, my life was happening for me. I ultimately met my wife, the mother of my child, my spirit animal, a better entrepreneur than me. I also became the first ever entrepreneur in residence at my school. And I was an entrepreneur when I was brought in as an entrepreneur in residence, but not a good one. I didn't have the business that we have today. We didn't have an experiential learning business where students generationally at RCBC will learn how to run their own business and apply those skills into their careers moving forward. But it was through talking to and helping educate hundreds of student entrepreneurs that I started to learn a lot. And so the gratitude that I have to the process, for the world happening for me and not to me, is something that is truly my mantra to this day. I wake up every single day and remind myself the world is happening for me. As the psychiatrist and author Viktor Frankl has said, that everything can be taken from us, literally everything, except one's attitude under any circumstance. Just as Madeleine had expressed, we are our only obstacle. Don't allow that to happen. And understand that we control our attitude in every single circumstance. If when you're challenged, which you will be challenged, as you probably already know, more than things will come easy to you. We can choose to channel that positively or not. But I encourage you, through my mistakes and the lessons that I've learned, to recognize that the world is happening for you and not to you. So I will finish by expressing my sincere gratitude to everybody in this population. This means more to me to be able to share this day with you, your special day, than you will ever know. To the RCBC class of 2023, congratulations.
So for 23 years, I've been wondering who I lost the Hazel Scholarship Award to, and now I know. Damn you. But Nick, thank you for those inspirational words and sharing your insight with our graduates today. Among all the accolades on your resume, and I checked on LinkedIn yesterday, there is one giant hole that we're going to have to fill, and that is a community college degree. So please join me up here for a second. On behalf of Rowan College of Burlington County, please accept an honorary degree in business from RCBC. As you know, business is one of our key 3+1 programs, so after the ceremony, we'll get you signed up for junior year courses. Registration's open for fall right now. But thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Seosi.
And speaking of business, we do have one more item on the agenda before we get to these good-looking crew in front of me. Every 3 years, the Christian R. and Mary F. Lindback Foundation awards an RCBC faculty member with the Lindback Distinguished Teaching Award. This year's recipient is well-deserving. This professor utilizes the experience and contacts made in a previous career to bring an engaging and real-life perspective to our students. They leverage professional relationships in the field to benefit both students and the broader community. So I am proud to present the Lindback Award to Criminal Justice Professor Dr. Amber Ciccanti. Come on up. Come on up, buddy. And I think this is a surprise. Is this a total surprise? Okay, even better. So if you had Amber for any classes, you know how awesome she is. She is awesome. Now, for the most important part of today's ceremony. Please welcome RCBC Board of Trustees Chair Dr. Anthony Wright, who will certify the class of 2023 for their degrees.
Thank you, President Seosi. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Rowan College at Burlington County, vis-a-vis RCBC, please accept our congratulations to all of the graduates and their families on this outstanding achievement. We're all proud of your accomplishments. Thank you for trusting RCBC to meet your educational goals. We wish you the very best of luck in your next steps, whether you enter the workforce, transfer to a four-year college, or follow your dream down another path. By the authority vested in me by the New Jersey Secretary of Higher Education, I ceremonially confer these degrees upon the candidates for graduation who have completed all of their degree requirements according to the college's academic and registration officials. President Seosi, you may call the candidates forward.
Thank you, Dr. Wright. I will now ask the ushers to escort our candidates to the stage. Graduates, as your names are called, please pick up one diploma shell to my left. There's a spot here I'll direct you, and we'll get a photo to memorialize your achievement. Let's give it up for Donna, who's going to be carrying the lion's share of the reading here, the Dean of the Liberal Arts Division.
Boaz Matlack, Associates of Science. Madeleine Armstrong, Associates of Arts. Victoria Z. Mason, Associates of Arts. Nicole Joy Aganello, Associates of Arts. Balia Titi, Associates of Science. Calvin A. Kai, Associates of Arts. Sierra L. Josie, Associates of Science, Honors. Kalia Williams, Associates of Science, High Honors. Sandra L. Ruiz, Associate of Science, Honors. Isabella M. Santos, Associate of Science. Caitlin G. Linneman, Associates of Science, High Honors. Renee A. DeCipio, Associate of Science. Gurmanjot Singh, Associate of Arts. Curry B. Boyle, Associate of Science. Patricia M. Meenan, Associate of Science, highest honors. Susan DePrizio, Associate of Science. Karima D. Cooper, Associate of Science. Madison Chamberlain, Associate of Science. Jae-Ying Chen, Associate of Science. Elmira Azatova, Associate of Fine Arts, highest honors. Serena Harris, Associate of Arts, honors. Tamika E. Jordan, Associate of Arts. Danielle Hinton, Associate of Arts, honors. Ryan H. McGrath, Associate of Science. Yalitza R. Ramos, Associate of Science. Caitlin DeMarco, Associate of Arts. Jeffrey A. Gladden, Associate of Science, honors. David Stevenson, Associate of Science. Pablo Luna, Jr. Stephanie R. Micken, Associate of Arts, highest honors. Leah R. Maselli, Associate of Science, high honors. Frankie N. Lapata, Associate of Science, honors. Alicia A. Carroll, Associate of Arts. Tynesha Moss, Associate of Science. Valeria C. DeChico, Associate of Science. Tamianne P. Hawkins, Associate of Arts. Danielle P. DeCarolis, Associate of Science, High Honors. Sarah Fuentes Alaya, Associate of Science. Naomi E. Figueroa, Certificate, Honors. Tyler Swanholm, Associate of Applied Science. Anthony M. Rubano, Associate of Applied Science, Honors. Malak Zuhair, Associate of Science, Honors. Rebecca S. Joseph, Associate of Science. Kimberly N. Schneider, Associate of Arts. Lindsay E. Garland, Associate of Science. Artrena V. Rhodes, Associate of Science. Olivia Chen, Associate of Science, High Honors. Alicia L. Torrio, Associate of Arts. Felix E. Melendez, Associates of Arts. Isabella Egan, Associate of Science. Dejanay H. Gale, Associate of Science. Isabella DeFeo, Associate of Science, High Honors. Evelyn Morales Sanchez, Associate of Science. Jacob D. Nault, Associates of Arts, highest honors. Luke Perry, Associate of Science. Anthony S. Perry, Associate of Science. Grace M. Furness, Associate of Arts. Jade N. Gasper, Associate of Arts. Samantha Simonka, Associate of Applied Science. Ashley Atherholt, Associate of Arts, High Honors. Alyssa D. Napoli, Associate of Science. Elizabeth Grace Ruggieri, Certificate. Eliza J. Bunch, Associate of Arts, Associates of Science. Saray Nixon, Associate. Saray Nixon, Associate of Arts. Sophia M. Eagle, Associate of Arts. Jalen E. Nusifora, Associate of Science, highest honors. Vitalia Barrientos de Leon, Associate of Arts. Taylor Fritz, Associate of Applied Science, highest honors. Riley N. Weller, Associate of Arts, highest honors. Demetrius Hodges DeShield, Associate of Applied Science. Taina M. Rivera, Associate of Arts. Kendra L. DeMarcy, Associate of Arts, highest honors. Manaya A. Johnson, Associate of Arts, honors. Jade A. Fletcher, Associate of Science, highest honors. Destiny A. Garcia, Associate of Science. Adriana C. Neblet, Associate of Science. Stacy Benito Paliero, Associate of Science. Unix Cordero, Associate of Science. Catherine A. Fernandez, Associate of Science. Faith S. Tyler, Associate of Arts. Skylar McCall, Associate of Arts, honors. Maria Cordero, Associate of Science, high honors. Caroline Fish, Associate of Science, honors. Nia I. Whitehurst, Associate of Arts. Toya Wolfork, Associate of Arts. Angelica Y. Reed Ortiz, Associate of Arts, honors. Najla Lewis, Associate of Science. Jonathan Kowacevich, Associate of Science, honors. Lauren Alejandrino, Associate of Science, high honors. Liam Salchuk, Associate of Science, highest honors. Diego Gutierrez Vilcek, Associate of Science. Bethany A. Gomez, Associate of Science, honors. Sonia K. Amode, Associate of Applied Science. Kayla N. Coleman, Associate of Science. Essence C. Thompson, Associate of Arts. Jadris B. McQueen, Associate of Science. Faith R. Nelson, Associate of Arts. Morgan Ward, Associate of Arts, Honors. Jordan Cohen, Associate of Science, highest honors. Justin C. Tisdale, Associate of Science. Malcolm A. Sykes, Associate of Science. Isabel M. Gunderson, Associate of Applied Science. Sydney McNeil, Associate of Fine Arts, highest honors. Monet Wright, Associate of Arts. Marcus Mariano, Associate of Applied Science. Danielle J. McPherson, Associate of Arts. Julia Deem, Associate of Science, Honors. Alexis P. Smith, Associate of Science. Monica Y. Morales, Associate of Science. Merv N. Sinar, Associate of Science. Elise N. Knight, Associate of Science. Olivia Schlossky, Associate of Science, highest honors. Sarah W. Delury, Associate of Science, high honors. Brendan P. Slavin, Associate of Science. Michael M. Scott, Jr., Associate of Arts. Victor M. Villatoro, Associate of Science. Antonios G. Nitsolos, Associate of Science, highest honors. Aiden T. Young, Associate of Science, highest honors. Alexandria N. Carr, Associate of Arts, high honors. Kaya Kraft, Associate of Science, highest honors. Shanice N. Robinson, Associate of Science. Haley Jesslyn Daly, Associates of Arts, high honors. Lauren M. Slim, Associates of Arts, high honors. Morgan E. Raffanello, Associate of Arts, honors. Haley Torres, Associate of Arts. Jasmine McIntosh, Associate of Arts. Camille Burez, Associate of Arts. Jacqueline Sharp, Associate of Science. Matthew B. Hall, Associate of Arts. Malia C. Campbell, Associate of Science. V. Sunny, Associate of Arts, high honors. Matthew Sinsudi, Associate of Science. Elizabeth Heisler, Associate of Arts. Michelle A. Palmer, Associates of Arts, Honors. Angelina Faya Figueroa, Associate of Science. Charlie M. Hanna, Associate of Science, highest honors. Nicholas Sprague, Associate of Science. Kirsten J. Farrell, Associate of Science. Taha R. Malik, Associate of Science. Ashley Pinkerman, Associate of Arts, highest honors. Malachi Tinsley, Associate of Science, honors. Alyssa M. Hall Schaefer, Associate of Science. William K. Cheeseman, Associate of Science. Bella Warner, Associates of Arts, Associates of Science, highest honors. Anna Lawler, Associates of Arts. Cynthia N. Gonzalez, Associates of Arts, honors. Nicholas J. Lee, Associate of Science. Shelby Chokotowski, Associates of Science, honors. James Gibson, Associates of Arts, highest honors. Ryan M. Blanchard, Associates of Science. Alexander N. Lippincott, Associates of Science, honors. Haley Connell, Associates of Arts, honors. Stephen Valadares, Associates of Science, honors. Michael Parks, Associate of Arts. Daniel Tyler Moore, Associate of Science. Paul R. Moore, Associate of Science. Connor Evanowski, Associate of Arts, high honors. Jack H. Ziegler, Associate of Arts. Lexus R. Voorhees, Associate of Arts. Cameron Ragland, Associate of Arts. Demarie L. Mays, Associate of Science. Miranda L. Gerlich, Associate of Arts. Cade T. Greiner, Associate of Arts. Aaron R. Golanecki, Associate of Fine Arts. Janice L. Vance, Associate of Fine Arts. Marcia Matos, Associate of Arts, honors. Helena Sohm, Associate of Arts. Lafayette Morgan, Jr., AAS. Laura Latouche, Associate of Applied Science. Logan Wilbur, Associate of Science, highest honors. Jennifer L. Wellwood, Associate of Arts. Kevin M. Rickensrud, Associate of Science. Ashley Ann Miller, Associate of Arts. Faith N. Slater, Associate of Science. Francesca Chiabella, Associate of Arts. Anthony J. Capricosa, Associate of Applied Science. Sarah Carestis, Associate of Science. Musu Masakoi, Associate of Arts. Jalen Marsh, Associate of Arts. Nadira H. Donaldson, Associate of Science. Aminanti Mimi Sissi, Associate of Science. Isabella K. Jejis, Associate of Arts, highest honors. Harley N. Sprinkle, Associate of Science, high honors. Karen Liu, Associate of Science. Charles F. Hess, Associate of Science. Thomas Madorno, Associate of Science. Alyssa T. Duilio, Associate of Arts, highest honors. Jordan Francis, Associate of Applied Science. Daniel J. Terafay, Associate of Applied Science. Hannah Baker, Associate of Arts, high honors. Rex Bonanno, Associate of Science. Isabella Sion, Associate of Science. Maggie L. Robinson, Associate of Arts. Tara N. Moore, Associate of Fine Arts, honors. Caitlin M. Lemon, Associate of Science, honors. Cassandra I. Gordon, Associate of Science, honors. Tiernan Polnitz, Associate of Science. Heather McGarvey, Associate of Applied Science, honors. Sigmund Y. Fosu, Associate of Arts, honors. Harlow McCarran, Associate of Applied Science. Shi Zhang, Associate of Science. Paul Kovac, Associate of Science. Leva Blankart, Associate of Science, honors. Pearl O'Guiney, Associate of Arts, honors. Mamadou Rogers, Associates of Science. Jaden Santiago, Associate of Science. Bianca Dixon, Associates of Science. Jennifer Lay, Associates of Arts. Jeremias R. Miranda, Associates of Science, Associates of Arts.
How about a round of applause for that reading? If anybody, and if you have an air horn, I'm going to encourage you to drain it soon because we're rounding third base. So, I just want to congratulate all the members of the class of 2023. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from your right to your left. So before we conclude, I just want to give another round of applause for our faculty and staff who have worked tirelessly to prepare the next generation of leaders. Come on. I want to give a big thank you to all the family and friends in the audience or who are watching who have supported our graduates on every step of this journey. And one last final round of applause to our graduates. Congratulations on your accomplishments. So, as we conclude, I ask that our guests remain standing at your seats while the platform exits and leads the faculty, staff, and graduates out of here. Take care. We're done. That's a wrap.